So, have you ever wondered why some projects just seem to take off and succeed, while others, well, they just fizzle out? It's often not about having the biggest budget or even the most skilled people. It's about something much more fundamental, having a clear, powerful vision right from the start. And that's exactly what we're going to dive into: how to build that vision and make your next big idea a reality. All right, so here's our game plan for the next few minutes. We're going to kick things off with the basics. What exactly is a vision statement? Then we'll get into the how, a step-by-step process you can actually use. We'll make it all real with a super relatable case study about a home extension, clear up the confusion between a vision and SMART objectives, and then wrap it all up by showing you why this vision becomes your project's guiding light, its North Star.
So let me just start with this question for you. When you think about any successful project, what's the one thing they all share? Seriously, it's not just about money or talent. It's that every single person on the team knows exactly where they're headed, and maybe even more importantly, they know why they're going there in the first place.
And that idea, that why, brings us right to our first topic, because the answer to that question is a clear and compelling project vision statement. This, right here, is the real starting line for any successful project. Okay, so here's the textbook definition, but I want you to focus on two parts here: benefits and understood by all. This isn't about fancy corporate jargon that no one really gets. It's supposed to be a simple, punchy summary of the good stuff your project is going to deliver. It's the core why that gets everyone, from the main sponsor to the newest hire, totally on board and pulling in the same direction.
So a great vision statement really has to do four jobs. It's not just some fuzzy feel-good goal. It has to spell out the real-world benefits. It has to connect to the bigger picture, the company's main goals. It absolutely has to be so simple that everyone gets it instantly. And maybe the most important part, it has to get people genuinely fired up to be a part of it.
All right, that all sounds great, right? But how do you actually come up with one of these things? Well, the good news is you don't have to lock yourself in a dark room and wait for a stroke of genius. There's a really practical, step-by-step process you can follow. So let's walk through it. So check out this 6-step roadmap. It all starts by figuring out the real need. Then, and this is key, you get everyone, the team, the sponsor, the customer, in a room to get aligned. You figure out what's changing, draft a few possibilities, but then you get to step 5. This is the reality check. This is where you have to honestly ask, can we really pull this off? It's so crucial because it separates a cool idea from a vision that can actually happen. You're looking for that sweet spot, right? Something that's both inspiring and achievable. Okay. Enough theory, let's make this stuff tangible. We're going to use a really simple case study that I think we can all wrap our heads around: building an extension on your house. This is going to show just how critical that vision is from the absolute get-go. So just picture this. You've finally decided you need more space. The builders are ready to get started, but before they even dig a hole, you have to answer the biggest question of all. What is this new space actually for? For example, is your vision a bright, safe, super fun play area for the kids? If that's the goal, then every single decision you make from here on out becomes crystal clear. You're going to choose durable flooring that can take a beating, you'll want big windows, and you'll definitely pick paint that you can easily wipe clean. See? The vision dictates every little detail. But what if your vision is totally different? Let's say you want a peaceful, luxurious roof garden to just relax in. Bam! The entire project just changed. Suddenly, you're not thinking about wipeable paint. You're talking to engineers about structural support, you're planning for plumbing, and you're picking materials that feel calm and serene. It's a perfect example of how the same project can go in two completely different directions, all based on that initial vision. And that's the whole point. A good vision captures everything. It's not just about the tangible benefit, more square footage. It's also about the intangible stuff. The feeling. Are you building for family memories, for peace and quiet, or maybe even for a little bit of status? Your vision statement tells that whole story. Now, this brings us to a spot where a lot of people get tripped up. It's really common to mix up the project's vision with its objectives. They're both absolutely essential for success, but they do totally different jobs. So let's clear this up right now. The difference is actually pretty simple, but it's critical. The vision is your why. It's the destination, that beautiful mountain peak you see off in the distance. Your objectives, on the other hand, are the how. They're the detailed roadmap, the step-by-step directions that'll actually get you to that mountain. You need both. Without the vision, the map is pointless. And without the map, the vision is just a daydream. And to make sure that roadmap is actually going to work, your objectives need to be SMART. Now, you've probably seen this acronym before, but it's what makes the plan real. They need to be specific so there's no confusion, measurable so you know if you've won, achievable so you're not setting your team up to fail, results-oriented to keep you focused on the outcome, and time-related to give you a deadline. This is how you translate that big, inspiring vision into a concrete action plan for Monday morning. So let's pull all this together. When you have that inspiring vision, and it's backed up by solid, SMART objectives, that vision statement becomes so much more than just a few words on a document. It becomes the project's unshakable guiding light, its North Star. I absolutely love this quote from the source material. It says, "The vision provides a picture of the future." Just think about that. It's not a list of commands. It's a picture. So when things get tough, and they always do, when priorities are a mess, or when the team's energy is low, they can just look up at that North Star, at that picture of the future, and they'll know exactly which way to go. So I'll leave you with this challenge. On your next project, before you write a single email or schedule a single meeting, just stop. Take a moment and answer this one question. Define your why, create that shared picture of the future you're all building, and give your team the North Star they deserve.